Yo, yo, yo! Fucking sit down, Nick. The tension in the room is like,
Everyone's on a buzz.
Everyone's on a buzz. Yo, 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 what's the crack, folks? Episode 50. Woo, woo, woo. Boo, boo. Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Superman!
Right. Today's show is Superman show.
Which one of us is Superman?
Oh, Nick, you're Superman. You're Superman.
No, go on.
Why are you being like that?
Wait, what's the tension? Like, you're so like tense, like. You're so
Let's
tense.
get this party started. Let's get this party
Right,
started. Okay.
Right.
Go on.
Nick, Kira's back for today's episode doing Superman.
It's only one episode.
It's only one episode.
But like,
Is it
I'm
get-
not come back for future, like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's a guest star.
Well,
Guest star.
Me and Nick will have to decide. We have to do check up the figures. We have to check out the contracts. Anyway, today's show is all about Nick Superman. He's going to moderate because this is his baby. So I'm going to pass the baton.
Well, maybe.
Over to Nick to introduce the.
So you're the lead. You're the one.
You're leading.
do all the
You're
research,
taking the
you do all
lead.
the talking now. This is.
No, this is actually going to be debate because Austin loves this movie. Kieran, not so much. So we're going to
No,
find.
it's not that I didn't like it. It was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, I'll go into it now in a while. Okay.
Let's frame it out. So, or what you call it, space now, or break it down. So, Superman, the new movie if you've actually lived in the world, you know the new Superman movies out by James
Is
Gunn,
it?
directed by James Gunn.
No way.
But you've seen it, yes, you know. Yeah.
Nick saw it. What day did you see it? Thursday.
The weekend.
And I only saw it last night.
I seen it Friday. But so here's the caveat, folks. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't want spoilers, go away now and come back another day because there's going to be loads of spoilers. So you have been warned. We're going to talk about Superman, the new movie directed by James Gunn, and we're going to talk about it now. So basically I love the movie. Kieran doesn't like the movie.
No, I liked parts of the movie.
Yeah, but you were leaning towards.
Leaning towards it. I thought it
Negative.
was a total mess, to be honest with you.
Well,
And I'll explain why.
You're a 5 out of 10. You like the 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I would give about 9 out of 10. Like
That's too far. That's way too high.
That doesn't make sense for him to give 5 out of 10. You one is right for 9, but him you should be giving it less. If you didn't like it, 5 out of 10 is actually a pass.
Well, no, initially it was given it a 6. It went from 5. It could be a 4.
Yeah,
I actually kind of do like it a bit. Like you're actually
Only
optimistic
certain.
about it.
There's only actually 3 good scenes I liked.
I would say by the time this episode ends, he'll be down to about 2. I think.
Could be, but well, sure. You lead the way.
What do you give the movie out of 10?
I would give it 6, 6.5.
That's it. That's actually that's generous.
Yeah. I thought there was good bits. Yeah. At first, it's only 2 hours,
But it's longer with the trailers.
Yeah, longer with the trailers.
It felt like.
Yeah. I actually thought they didn't have enough Clark Kent.
No.
He's only in a couple of scenes. It's more Superman orientated, and I think.
It's the Superman title.
But it seems to be setting up for a Justice League kind of movie.
The first 20 minutes, the start of the film is brilliant. It starts off right in the back. He's injured from fighting the Hammer of Bavaria in a fight that happened 3 hours or something like beforehand.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
We did say we were doing spoilers. And it's class because the music's really cool. They're going in, Lex and his gang, to try and basically get into the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
And
Nicholas Hoult plays.
he starts off really well,
Yeah,
Lex Luthor,
that's
he's very and he's all the tech stuff in his lair and in his and the engineers. I actually really like the engineer, and it reminds me of something of the Kingsman. Remember the Kingsman?
Yeah.
You're one.
Yeah.
Without.
But this like. In fairness, Superman, it was played by David Kotz.
The casting's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, like the two.
Corn Street.
Corn Street.
And Rachel Brosnan played
Lois
Lois Lane. And
they're great casting, I thought.
Brilliant.
I thought at the start, like, the excellent casting. And but I mean, this is the thing I thought, like, I really enjoyed the movie. And I was objective, like, I just took the movie for what it was just 2 hours watching it, and not thinking to myself, oh, this is going to be for the DC universe and gonna watch another movie. I was just like, this is the thing I thought, like, I really enjoyed the movie, and I was objective, like I just took the movie for what it was. Just 2 hours watching it and not saying, I think to myself, oh, this is going to be for the DC universe and gonna watch another movie. I was just like, this is the thing I thought, like, I really enjoyed the movie, and I was objective, like I just took the movie for what it was. Just 2 hours watching it and not saying, I got lost in the movie and really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. And it didn't make me think too much.
Yeah.
It was kind of just exciting, and it was like, I'm not a big comics fan. And
No.
I never was a big Superman fan. Like
I know,
watched it.
yeah, but Batman's my favourite, so.
Yeah, I mean, but I
What's
just.
wrong with Superman?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying I was never.
You were never in.
I never grew up as a kid like saying watching comics and saying Superman is like cool.
Yeah.
But I just thought as the characters and the story was when I went to watch on Friday, it was a good human story and the characters were very well written and very deep.
But you see, we were brought up a time when Batman was the big thing, because Superman would have been.
But you did have
before.
a Superman cartoon from the 90s as well.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But that was more of a younger. They kind of had when he was a kid in that cartoon, and then there was kind of two sections. One was a kid,
Yeah.
and the other one was the Daily Planet, because it flashed back to when he was a kid. Anyway, and there was Superman as well. But anyway, we're on the film.
I can start off with my positives if
Okay,
you've ever
Yeah, I think you have positive. Yeah.
The positives for me was, well, you touched on the casting. They got it right with the casting. That was good. I thought Mr. Terrific, the character, and Crypto were actually the best things about the whole film. And it's a bad sign when not the lead character is the best thing. Like, Mr. Terrific was, I'm saying Mr. Terrific was a good character. He was good to a point. It got to the stage of Mr. Terrific where it became too zany and too much comedy. And there was too much comedy in this film as well. I get onto that later. And Crypto the dog, who was a massive influence in the Superman universe, became deliberately irritating. But there was too much of Crypto, and it just the issue I found with this film as well. The target audience was for children, not adults. By just looking at some of the scenes. The engineer who played Lex Luthor's assistant was brilliant. The actress who played her was very good.
I still think that could be.
It could be Brainiac. It could be Brainiac.
Yeah, I think it was leaning towards that was Brainiac.
Yeah.
My favourite 3 scenes in the film were, and I'm going to do it in order, try and do it in order by memory. The scene where Lex basically has the guy, what's your man's name? One of the Jesus, sorry.
What was he doing?
He was in the pocket space, and he had a gun and playing Russian roulette on him. He was captured. Your man was captured. He was basically part of the country.
Yeah, no. So he's just a deli guy or something. He was Superman seen him in the second scene, like, and he said came out to help Superman, and he was just a random bystander. And then Lex kind of tracked his face and said, "We find out who that guy is, and we use him against Superman."
Yeah.
So
that scene with the Russian roulette where Lex actually killed him was done very well.
Yeah.
It was very dark as well.
It was very, very dark. Like,
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it was like very sick. It looked like a total psycho.
And actually, the whole pocket space thing was done well, I thought, and the portals as well.
And even the way we spoke about, like, when they explained and said, like, if they create this universe, literally one digit wrong and they just wreck the whole universe, like. So it was actually it showed Lex to be such cavalier kind of risk taking kind of just at any cost to just get his own way. So it was actually designing Lex in a kind of way that he was just very sadistic, very calculated, and very manipulative, and literally had no, like, just a total psycho. Like,
yeah.
You know? My
My second favourite scene in the film was actually it was the final battle between Ultraman and Bizarro, Engineer and Superman on the baseball pitch, where Engineer basically designed these molecules and nearly killed him. That was done very well. Suffocating. That was done very well.
Yeah, Lex had it all planned, and then literally when the Engineer got hold of Superman, it was like literally Lex was like, suffocate him. That was the plan.
That was done well.
That was the plan how they just intended to kill him. When I think about that, like, that's like just like Lex.
That's actually quite like evil,
but it's like Lex thought about every single move. Like, in the sense, he had if he used his powers for good, he would be really great. Like, but it's just that he chose to use it for bad, which was, that's why Superman's just the opposite to him. Like.
And my last favourite scene was actually towards the end, when Superman exposed Lex to all these lies. And you think there's going to be a redemption, but you see them staring each other off, and Lex just he's like he's broken, but at the same time he realizes he's
Yeah, because that was the villain arc. Because like Lex went from like king to then he went to tyrant, and so there was no coming back. Where Superman went to king, then tyrant, and then back to king. Like, but there is maybe redemption for Lex, but it's not in this movie.
No,
it's like
I actually hope Lex becomes darker in the sequels.
I mean, this is the thing why maybe Lex is a true villain, like, and that's why Superman is. And in fairness to Superman, he was never a tyrant because he didn't know. Like when in the story when Lex went into his cave, and took the
Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude. Sorry, Superman poke.
Fortress of Solitude.
But when they found out
not a cave.
When they found out the message from Kal-El or
that was
Jor-El,
good. Another scene actually.
Yeah. Terrell.
Spoiler alert! It's a famous actor who's playing the Jor-El.
But
You said we're doing spoilers, so.
Because Superman in his heart of hearts was a good guy, like he was literally not bad, but he was painted by Lex to be a baddie, which Lex rejected as.
But the whole premise of it is he's a legal immigrant, and that's the whole.
This is James Gunn was making a point.
Yeah.
It's kind of it is a bit political, like he's not apologising for that, but that's who he is, like in that same way, like.
They're my positives.
Yeah.
Nick, do you want to talk your positives briefly, or?
No, it's between because you said it was you didn't like it, you liked it, so I just want to hear what the two of you say.
Okay.
Do you know what I liked about it? I liked that the characters were so true to themselves, like in terms of like Superman was literally this is the way he was made, and when he went back to his family and his dad's there, like, and he's saying, Clark, like you're.
But that's the thing. That's a bit weird because in the actual storyline, most of 99% of the time storyline, his father isn't. It's his mother who, you know what I mean. His dad, because his dad is the artificial hologram. His dad.
But in the start of the movie, like when he's in the Fortress of Solitude, he has the father and mother from
Krypton.
Krypton, and they're on the wall, and they're all shooting him, like he's listening, he's listening that message, like. Yeah. But by the end of the movie, it reverts back to Superman as a child and being raised for his family.
I actually thought I didn't like that was cringe that scene.
No, I thought it was
the music.
In a way, weird. Superman integrated his shadow side and his human side and his kind of malevolent, kind of like dominant, kind of tyrant side, and it just became more human and became like just the person his family raised, his dad raised, his mother raised, like a kid that was just human but had the powers of a god. But he was just because the funny thing in the movie, like, and in Superman life, Superman never kills anyone. That's his.
I told you that.
Yeah,
that's why in the Man of Steel, he there's a scene at the end where it was the only thing he could do because Zod was destroying everything, so he had to snap his neck in that one. Yeah, anyway, go on.
I didn't know, but the reason I was saying that because like when we had this Hawk woman, like
Hawk Girl,
terrible character.
No, but when she's taking the guy out of the fella that was starting the war, like
that was actually good. That was good.
She's lifting him up, she's flying with him, and he's like, "Oh, you can't kill me. Superman would never kill me," and she goes like, "Well, I'm not Superman."
Yeah, exactly.
And she drops him.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good angle because like other people will do what Superman won't do, like, and it kind of just adds a little kind of dynamic there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's kind of conflict.
Yeah, and it's not too whitewashed. It's not too Superman, can be bad. Like it adds a kind of dynamic that there's people prepared to go the extra mile, and so just kind of it was in.
They can't have a shadow side. Is it like
So like where Superman is just like the other people, like the Hawk woman just like drop the fella and just like whoop, land on the ground from about 2 miles up.
Right, we'll go on to the negatives now for me.
Oh, geez, it's going to go on forever, by the way.
No, it won't.
Are you timing this?
Yeah,
I'm not too sure what the tone of this film is supposed to be. The structure was a bit all over the place.
I think after the darkness of the Man of Steel, those ones, the Zack Snyder, I think James Gunn wants to go for a lighter tone.
There's lighter tone and it was too much of a lighter tone.
You think it's like kind of like Superman 3, Superman 4 kind of thing?
Well, actually, I think Superman 4 is better.
Stop.
Well, did you know what I thought
Superman
about
4 the question is not.
I thought Batman vs Superman was better than this film.
Stop.
But it was just a more kind of Superman was vulnerable, and I think that's what made the difference. But he was human and he was vulnerable, and he wasn't just all powerful and literally nothing could hurt him. Like he was hurt in that movie so many times, and he came back and was in. So it's more of a human kind of like so you could empathize more and say like because like when Superman then was kind of turned on him and it's like you know, Superman's like, and everyone watching the show, like, is in a way, no, Superman's not a baddie.
And this is not an origin story, so I mean,
no, I'm glad they didn't do that origin story, because then it'd be another 45 minutes going into it.
He doesn't need to do that. He said because like it's already been done and stuff like that.
So,
and at the starting credits, he had the like just a synopsis of different things that was going on. But he didn't need to go in and, you know, lay the foundation. He actually just put a movie together that was just goody versus bad.
But I think they were saying that the tone of it kind of starts. I think he tried to make it a bit like Guardians of the Galaxy a bit, you know, or maybe not.
A little bit, yeah. I thought that there was far, and I said this months beforehand. Far too many characters, and they threw too much at it. Like, you had the Justice Gang, you had Mysterio, not Mysterio, so you had Mr. Terrific. You also had Metamorphosis. Now, Metamorphosis wasn't in it a huge amount, is in the scenes. Then you had like the Hammer of Bavaria, who was only in it, and who turned out to really be Ultraman, Bizarro, disguised. We're doing spoilers.
Sorry.
That's what we said at the start.
There was too many the scenes between Lois and Clark were far too long. Cringe-worthy. I felt like I was watching the OC.
I thought that was very romantic.
I thought that was nice because I mean I think there was a bit of humor there, you know, like
there's humor and there's too much humor.
But when he's interviewing,
the interview scene was excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I actually thought that was awful, guys. Sorry.
No, I thought that worked. I think that
it went on too long. That went on for 25 minutes. Sorry, go on. Yeah, go on.
It kind of added to the character, the conflict between the two films, between Lois and Clark, because if we can spoil it, I think Lois was kind of getting a bit jealous that Clark was getting all the stories, because he was saying, "Oh, you write for your own expos of your own self. That's not fair." You know what I mean?
Yeah, talk to yourself in the third person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The next negative was how the character Lex Luthor became totally one-dimensional, and he started off really, really well. It got to one stage where he was shouting and roaring, and it reminded me of Kevin Spacey in Superman Returns.
Yeah, because it's an narcissistic rage. He literally took it on the spectrum.
Was he Kevin Spacey? I don't remember Kevin Spacey roaring. Was he roaring?
Wrong.
Oh yeah.
It was like, basically, Lex Luthor came across as a self-entitled brat.
Yeah, he was.
No, I know, but this is Lex Luthor we're talking about. We're talking about Lex Luthor, the creative genius. We're talking about Lex Luthor. Remember in the previous films, he was very clever in the way of catching Superman.
Yeah.
It was like too many characters. At one stage, it was like everyone was on ADHD.
Yeah, do you know what I thought? One of the scenes was very good, where he fell out the glasses, where he opened the pocket of the universe, and then Lex goes, "Oh, give me the coordinates." They set a rip in the
that was cool.
But your man goes like, and he's like just out nowhere, like Lex is like, "No, we're not closing it." And your man goes, "We'll land somewhere, you know, soon." And your man goes, "I don't know where we're going to land if the world is like cut in half, like it's something."
Yeah,
that was it. The force kind of, you know, look at like the string coming apart, like with the, you know, his crew going against him and stuff like that. Like, it's like Lex is like, he had this team, and as in the movie, they were so well organised and so well rehearsed and stuff like that with the Superman.
In many ways, that whole team reminded me of Spider-Man: Far From Home with Jake Gyllenhaal and all his team. Remember the tech stuff?
Because they could get behind Lex if Superman was a baddie.
Yeah.
But when Superman literally resilient, and he literally kept coming back, and maybe redemption arc, as you say, like literally Lex was just shown to be like a charlatan, and just kind of you know, Lex couldn't hide behind the story anymore, like, so he's just like
going back to too many characters. You had the Justice Gang as well. Like, it's too much for one film. What they could have done was ease characters in, and in the sequel then bring more characters in. Would you agree with that, or disagree?
I suppose, yeah.
I
don't mind.
There was also a scene which featured a villain called Solaris, who's basically it's famous in the comics. It's a sun. The scene was, you remember when Lois?
Lois and Superman sitting there, and Superman comes along, and then Lois goes, "Do you want a coffee or something?
Yeah,
hot chocolate or something." And Superman sits down, and like he's just actually being like vilified by the whole world, like, and he sits down.
And there's Solaris outside fighting with the version of the Green Lantern.
But he sits down. Superman sits down, and he's like, he just takes the hot chocolate, and he goes, "Oh, that's so nice."
I hate that scene, because that was a waste of a very good villain as well, if you think about it.
But that's like Lois actually sued them there, like, and she was like, I believe you, Superman.
That went on way too long as well.
No, but that's nice, like, that's really, like.
It's nice. Yeah,
No, but do you know, it kind of makes sense, like, that the human connection is more important than going and fighting baddies and all this kind of stuff. You actually have to have reason to do it, like, you know, like, which was Lois and that relationship and stuff like that. It's like, if you're just fighting baddies for the same, or villains or different things, like, you might as well just be a robot, like, you know.
And also, another thing was the whole kryptonite and all that. It seemed to go on and on and on and on, and it just kept on. And then you had Metamorphosis with designing kryptonite and all that.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much.
But this is.
And it's like Superman. At one stage, Superman's fighting Ultraman, and all he had to do was lay one punch. I know he was very weak and tired and all that, right? But he just fucking sat there and was getting his ass kicked. They also degraded Superman's powers. Superman basically had X-ray vision, and he blew a little bit of snow. In the
black hole, like,
the previous Superman had so many more fucking powers they should have explored in that film. In this film, another negative. I thought the Supergirl cameo was awful.
Yeah, but James Gunn said the Superwoman or
Supergirl is there's a Supergirl film planned for coming out next year.
Supergirl basically James Gunn said but she is a kind of disorganized character where she is kind of chaotic and stuff because she was raised different than Superman. Her family background is different. That's the point he was making. That's why he was saying.
But she was raised on Krypton.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you
know
know more than I do.
She's turning up locked, and Superman goes, "Oh, she's partying on other planets." It's just two Power Rangers, and it didn't work at all. I would have preferred if she turned up half beaten to death or something like that.
No.
But you can't do it because it's PG.
Not beaten to death.
It would have been really. That would have been another dark element.
Left on a kind of cliffhanger like a.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been cool. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm not going to give anything away, but don't bother staying for the post-credit scenes. Total waste of time. I waited nearly half an hour as well.
It wasn't half an hour. It was like 15 minutes.
It was more because there was a mid one and there was a final one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else. So my basically, I'll conclude by saying that the whole film was a mess. Only certain good scenes. I got bored. I actually got at one stage. I was like, look, I was about to look at my phone, and that's not good in a Superman film. And I knew this would happen as well when they brought out the second trailer. The first trailer was just a little kind of teaser.
Yeah.
When they brought out the second trailer, I said, "Oh no, this isn't going to work at all." And I think that actually there's a very good reviewer called The Critical Drinker who reviewed this the other day, and I'd actually recommend give it a watch. Very analytical.
Well, do you know what my favourite part was? I love the characters, the dynamic between the characters, like Superman and Lois. I thought their scenes and their kind of
yeah, he only had like scenes with three people.
I will add a funny scene. Sorry, go on.
So I like the scene between Lois and Superman. I liked all their scenes. I thought they were very romantic and very, very emotional characters, like very emotional scenes. Like, and Lex and Superman was a great dynamic because Lex for a long time was dominant of Superman.
Yeah.
Literally in his mind, mind fucked him on a regular basis. Then eventually Superman, even true to his character, kind of became dominant, but not to the extent that he back to Lex. His dog did that for him. His dog literally Crypto.
That was funny.
Yeah, Crypto battered Lex, like literally took him up around.
That was funny.
Dragged him around the room, like, and Superman just standing there, like, just like, kind of like saying, "You got what you deserve, Lex." And I thought that was kind of like, you know.
I did like the scene where Mr. Terrific and Lois starts talking about relationships. I don't deal with emotions, lady, or something like that. That was good.
He was good. Like he
was cool. He was really cool.
The scene where they gone into the pocket universe, like where Lois was putting the little glass bubble, like the kind of, and the little orbs that Mr. Terrific used, like that was actually. That was very cool. That was a cool fight scene. But you know, was Mr. Terrific as well. And when Lois went to the Justice League,
the Justice Gang,
and they're all fighting. They're like, "No, we can't have Superman. We think he's badly tired and all." Like, and then Mr. Terrific comes out and goes like, "I want you doing this because like I fucking want to get the fucking."
There's another horrible scene, and I completely forgot about it.
Jesus, way to bring this movie down.
The scene. What are we doing, lads? Seriously with the scene. But I don't care if it's target audience as children. But that scene when in the pocket universe, when he's trying to save Rex's fucking child, and the baby's crying, and he's there carrying it, and it keeps on going and on. It's like everyone's on acid.
Yeah.
It's like it's what the hell are we doing? Seriously.
No, but you know what that was? Because Lex was such a fucking body.
I know, but
literally 2 minutes before, he literally shot someone in the head. He shot someone in the head through
Exactly.
roulette.
It went from shooting someone in the head to fucking Power Rangers.
No, you don't, because like the baby was literally there, and there was a big body that could literally.
But it went that scene went on for nearly 15 minutes.
But the point was the kind of elemental or whatever your man's name was, the turned the turned the kryptonite against Superman.
Yeah.
Literally, like was fearing for his
it was
fearing for his child's life
yeah.
to keep Superman locked down, and literally, and like the baby's crying there, like, and it's like the big baddie's like, fucking just kill the baby, and your man's like, and the elemental's like,
it's too much.
He's like, it's literally like he's like, he's just in a conundrum or whatever you call it, like, but he's like, what you can do is like literally has to keep Superman down, and then Superman eventually goes, look, I can get your baby, and then he's like, his true heart came out in terms of like, he's like a goodie, and he wants to beat Lex, and everyone wants to beat Lex, and he was actually down in the Pocket universe because they could see what a baddie he was,
Yeah, actually the whole Pocket universe was done very well.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Another positive actually was was to be honest, it wasn't like groundbreaking funny, but the comic relief between Jimmy and Eve, Lex's assistance was actually quite funny.
Do you know what I thought? I thought the way that he's able to with the glasses, where he says, he says, you know about that he's the same person.
Yeah.
That Lois is talking to the Green Lantern, and he's saying,
you mean no, it wasn't the Green, it was a version of the Green Lantern. It wasn't actually the original Green Lantern.
Whatever.
Well, what's the original Green Lantern? Green Lantern is Mason Reagan. He does the job like.
Yeah.
No, there's different Green Lantern in different universes.
What was the character called?
Green Lantern.
Was it okay? And he goes, you know about the what was it?
So Lois is going to Green Lantern.
You see it in the trailer.
So Lois is going to Green Lantern, like so. So it's Clark is like.
Yeah.
He goes. How many people did he kill?
The scene when they do a distraction for the little baby monster and it turns into the monster is actually terrible. But what I did like was the slow, up close scene when he's saving the child from the giant monster.
Yeah. Do you know, I didn't think they didn't really do much with the special effects. I mean, like
no.
With the flying, normally you see he just. It didn't feel like.
It just felt like too much cartoony at times for me. But that's just my opinion.
Maybe there was too many villains.
There's far too many villains.
In this,
There's far too many villains.
It's like Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 is actually better.
Would you stop saying everyone?
So I actually enjoy Spider-Man 3 more than fucking Superman. But that's me done. Okay?
You're having a minute.
That's me done. I said enough.
Okay,
I said enough, Superman, right?
And what's your what? Now let's hear
We're here. No, we're not here. Nick's. Or Austin.
Austin,
go on.
Because you had the total opposite. You had.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Tell me the good points then.
Good points. I liked the way Lois and Superman, and Clark and like you say with the interview in the house at the start when they kind of hook up and they're like they're meeting, kissing each other.
They're not hooking up.
They're actually like he gets up in the counter and is like
no, stop. No.
Oh, so this Nick was like
no, but they have a debate. They have a debate.
Because for the get go, Lois knows Superman.
Yeah. No, but they have a debate, and she gets to know it. She got the.
Like she gets jealous and stuff like that. Like,
because she is a better reporter.
She's ambitious and stuff like that. Yeah.
She's a better reporter. She's the one who has the drive to go. Clark doesn't have the drive. He's reporting his own story.
But like she molds Superman to get more sharper, more kind of resilient and stuff like that, and kind of something to fight for, like in a way. Like, well, do you know what was my favourite scene when they're in the Daily Planet and they're all
he's actually having the best dinner.
they're all sitting there and they're all like everyone's like the world is ending and everyone's running out but all the proper reporters are all sitting there together and they're just like this story like they're just talking about Lex and how to get the story and say we need to get the story out about Lex and Lois and the Daily Planet kind of editor or whatever is there like but then it's like Jimmy's there and stuff
Perry
like
White.
Perry White, yeah. Well, that's what the editor is like.
That's the editor.
The editor. But it's like, cause you know this.
Okay, go on.
Because it's good. But they're all sitting there. Yeah. There's 5 or 6 of them, and they're all like talking about how linking the story of Lex and Jimmy's Lex's girlfriend, how she kind of did the selfies, did the selfies and gave them the story. but literally they're 5 or 6 of them there together doing the work with it, and the rest, everyone else is running around. The world is ending. The world is ending. And because they're ripping the kind of from the Pocket Planet, like
That wasn't the girl for Superman 3, no? The same character, no?
No.
Oh, okay. It's very similar.
No. It's Eve Tessmacher is the girl from Superman 1. Is it Lex's?
Superman 1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on.
But I thought that was very good. Then they go up on top of the roof, and Lois gets the Mr. Terrific's kind of the space orb kind of thing, and they drive off and they go to save Superman or whatever. But just thought bits like that. Do you know? I thought with the scene where Lex is like literally when he falls to shit, like when he's like, it's like
The one, the scene I said mentioned.
yeah, like when it's like because it's very emotional because like
It is actually why, and because they start facing each other off, and he goes, "I'm only," and Superman saying, I may not be human, but I make these decisions."
Like he's kind of like Lex was human where he thought he was literally superhuman because he hid behind his technology, and he kind of had the strength and the strength of the technology and the intelligence and all this kind of stuff, like where Superman was literally super god, but he was raised by humans, so he had human kind of condition, like, and it's just a nice kind of position where Lex at one stage thought he was super god, but he was human biologically, where Superman is a god, but he's emotionally and psychologically a human, like. I just thought that was a nice kind of.
There was no need for so many social media references.
Yeah.
I didn't mind
That
one.
was really good. I thought. Like,
I didn't mind one or two.
But
It got to the stage.
Super shit.
Sorry. It got to the stage where basically every 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
And the John Cena cameo was awful.
Okay, spoilers again.
We're doing spoilers.
No, we're doing spoilers.
He just said it at the start.
Can I have like 15 minutes of fame? Please?
Go on.
So, but I think in this day and age, you have to go with the social media. You have to have social media in the movie. I mean, it's Superman. So,
The monkeys doing super shit like
That was awful.
But also, I thought they wasted all the Lois and Clark at the beginning.
Yes.
They should have a bit more interaction.
It was too rushed. The pacing was all over the place.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The scene at the end where they actually go in and they kiss each other.
That was good.
Shows up. That was
cool.
That was banned in India because that was too intimate. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Like,
Jesus Christ.
actually, can't like basically sensitive because it was like too provocative or whatever.
Okay.
Jesus, that's too provocative. I wonder what.
But it was very sexy. Like it was very.
Nick, I want to hear your opinion now on the positives and negatives of the film. Did I cover a lot that you agree?
I thought you were a bit harsh.
On what was the harsh on?
I think you were harsh on the character development, and I thought
There was no character development. Really, if you think about it,
too many. I mean, it's 2 hours and 9
all
minutes.
the characters were too one-dimensional as well. There was no. Okay, go on.
I'm
just saying. Okay, speak.
Yes. No, in fairness, I thought Lex was good. I thought Lex was good, and I thought I thought Nicholas Hoult did a good job. Although I thought he was actually quite menacing. Like I haven't seen Lex. I thought Superman and Lois Lane were good, and I thought Jimmy Olsen was good as well. And I actually liked Nathan Fillion as the Green Lantern. Not so much Mr. Terrific. I wasn't.
Okay. I was the opposite, yeah. You're the opposite of that.
And obviously, I thought the whole reveal about who your man was a bit.
The Ultraman Bizarro, and then it just the clone. It was far too contrived.
Too many, considering there are great actors in there somewhere as well.
Who do you think Brainiac is? He's got a moustache.
I don't know. It's one of the guys in there. And I thought the whole problem or the premise with him becoming Superman was because of his dad. His dad was because his dad died, and I thought that was a bit of a why would he become Superman if he's got two parents? You know what I mean? Because his dad, his mom is his Earth mom, and his dad is his real dad, his biological dad from Krypton. It's what you get from the actual.
But let's just go back to like previous Superman to the comics.
Pretty much, yeah.
So what's the comics say? What was the comics like?
The comics say his dad died when he was like a teenager, but it has different like iterations of how he passed away. Because I think that's what made him be Superman, because of his dad. His dad basically gave up his life for him to be Superman.
Okay, so one of the scenes I remember was your man Yellowstone. What's his name?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
In Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
But that's a different movie. Yes.
But is that what happened in the comics? Like, cause
no, he had a heart attack. What happened in the original movie is what happened in the comic. It's same in the series.
I don't remember what happened in the original movie. So what do you say?
He had a heart attack.
We had that. Okay.
His heart wasn't great.
Okay. But do you know what I like to see in this? I like the Superman where it starts to stare when it says, Clark.
And I like the way that they were kind of poor, because I mean the kids have been,
no airs and graces, and Superman went back to his bed.
He was a normal person, like he wasn't a rich man, like Bruce Wayne, like
Why was Maha Kent going around acting like a big drunk?
I don't know.
It didn't work.
I think that one because it's the bonding. It's a family kind of.
But it's like it's
like all they had was each other. They didn't have much, but all they had each other.
Even when Superman went back to his room, his literary room was the same when he was a teenager.
Yeah,
so he went back to it. But it's like when he sits down with his dad and he's sitting at the front and he's like, his dad goes, Superman, you're not, you're judged on your choices and your behaviour and stuff like that, and when you're, like whatever goes on, stories around you or whatever different things, like you're raised by me kind of thing, and it's like this is what I thought, like Superman, because like Superman could have been a baddie, like Superman could have been the worst baddie.
Exactly, but if he was raised by Jonathan and Martha Kent, if he was found by someone else,
he could have been the ultimate baddie because he had the biology of like a super god, and if he had the mental capacity.
And if he was found by
by the way, another positive was actually I like the whole DNA thing. Was done well.
Yeah,
Go
on, speak.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But if he was found by someone else.
Yeah, maybe you had to have, listen to the full story, like with the.
And actually, I thought what was weird is that the language, when it was in different language, that Jarrell was speaking different language. Although maybe that was just to do with the corruption of
that's kind of cool as well,
because nobody would speak English. That was the translation.
It was very authentic then in a way, because because it's like alien language being alien language, so maybe that was like a clever move where the writers or actors whatever. But I thought that was a great that the engineer and Lex got the full recording of the actual things from Krypton and literally
exposed it to the world.
And it's like
so they easily manipulated manipulated the public.
Who did?
Lex and
even though he was telling the truth.
No, he didn't. He disappointed. He didn't manipulate them.
Manipulate.
Sorry, because the story was that true. Superman just didn't hear it all because Superman literally listens to the first few seconds and he goes, "What's wrong with that?" And then it goes on more.
Are you sure it didn't Doctor? I remember Mr. Terrific making sure it was valid. Remember?
No, it was totally true because like even Mr. Terrific said, like in all the analysts, because he's a computer guy, he's like, no, there's like 30, 40 analysts and literally linguistics was said it's true. Like it's computer engineers. I think that was a fact. They wanted.
I think it's left up to interpretation.
No, it's not.
No, I think it is.
It's not.
No, I think it is.
But even Superman says at one stage, like, I didn't hear the full story. Like, I didn't hear the full. Like actually, Superman validated that. Like, because he was
because in the original story, he's there. They said to him there. So what happened on Krypton wouldn't happen on Earth. And it wasn't him to conquer. It wasn't him to conquer.
That's fake because it's still.
No, wait, no, that's
sorry. Yeah, but that's fake because they still literally said because like then when you look at whatever fucking Bradley Cooper.
Spoiler. Sorry.
Whatever Bradley Cooper said, it was literally Kal-El, go to this planet, sow your seed and take many wives, like,
It wasn't like that.
That's what he said.
No,
it was exactly what he said.
It wasn't like that. It was not like that.
This guy,
I do feel this could have been a so much better film if James Gunn had the balls to maybe. You see, again, there was a lot of wokeness in this film. I'm going to be honest. There was a lot of wokeness, wasn't there?
I don't think it was probably one of the movies where there was not that much.
And the problem, it's not just Superman. The problem with films these days is just you can't. There's too many interfering.
Let's keep it on Superman.
I'm just saying. I'd say there was interference from people above, even James Gunn. Because do you want to say any more about the negatives? Or positives, negatives? Have I covered?
I think we've all covered it. I think we've all.
Sure?
I'm gonna bring my boys to see it this weekend.
Yeah, because the kids will love it. Because
see what they think of it because they've never seen Superman before. Like,
okay, we're gonna you want to give it out of 10? You haven't done it.
Sorry.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
I'll give it 10 out of 10.
I'm giving it
We
4.
did already give it scores though, but I said
Just
9 out of
if
10.
we know the way, if we all change our mind, but I didn't. I actually went from a 6 to a 4. Nick?
I would go for 6. 6 out of 10.
That's high. That's high.
That's a good for Nick. Did we finish?
We'll wrap it up, I think. Well, I did want to stop it. Yeah, I think so.
Adios, amigos.